sound system is something where I can tell you about, but you have to feel. You see, that's the nature of sound system. I can tell you about sound system from now till tomorrow morning, but you have to feel sound system to know what sound system is about.
Sound system is just box, set of bass bins, set of mid-range, and set of tops, and you have them all spread around the room. I don't know how much stacks, enough man, depending on how heavy a man's sound is, how much stacks him have around the room. And them have amps, you know, bass amp, and a mid amp, and have a tops amp, them have a preamp to control them all. Them have EQ, equalizer, and sound effects, you know, them have a different thing, but it's the power and the music. That's what really is the sound is about. It's the power in the music.
We talk about the bass end and stuff. You know, reggae is a bass dominant music. Its melody is in its bass line. You know, I've always kind of said that about the music. You know, a lot of other musics, it's not about that. Bass line is just there as a underpinning the rhythm and stuff. But reggae, it's all about that. So, you know, we see our sound systems with all these big speakers and, you know, massive amps and all that, and we push them things hard to make people really kind of feel it. I don't really know how you can get that across to someone without dragging them by the scruff of the neck and pushing them in front of a stack of speakers and say, yeah, just check this. You know what I mean? It's like, right. I think that's all you can do, and smile at them.
The love of music, that is the greatest, because no man can pay we for what we do. There is no wages, there's no set wages for what we do. We have to love it, or we must be mad or something like that, but musically mad, you know?
Part of this music world, you know, we are only part of it, you know what I mean? Everybody's got their own piece, but our part it's different from the rest, you know? So we need to carry our part through, you know, because that's what we do, you know what I mean? And that's how we play our music. Every live band goes out there and plays their music. We play our music on the thing we've called sound system. They would call it PAs, you know, ours is a sound system, you know?
There is nothing like presenting roots music to the people with the tool of a sound system. You know, PAs are great, and PAs are getting better all the time, you know, in-house club sets and stuff. But, you know, with a preamp and an actual home-built sound system, the vibes are incredible.
Sound is doing its work because the way it brings the tune, the music over, it's totally different from radio or listening to it on the internet. You know, the music is amplified and there's emphasis on bass and mids and tops, and and it just changes the whole aspect of the tune. So this is where sound is important, sound system is important.
So it's very different to a discotheque, where every discotheque sounds like a next discotheque. You know, you've got this DJ, that DJ, that DJ. If you listen to them, they will all sound the same. But you know when you put Abashanti and a neck sound into a dance, earthquake, that you're getting two different sounds. Both of them have amplifier, both of them have speaker box, siren box, microphone, and both of them sound different.
Your own thing is your own thing, you know. You understand? And there's no way a system in a club is gonna sound half as good as your own sound. Trust me, you know? And the way, when your music drops playing on your own sound, the way you deliver it, you know? That is part of how the music sounds. You get to feel the music a certain way.
You design your sound to sound the way you want it to sound.
You do your own thing.
Yeah. So when the next sound play, it sound like a sound, but it won't sound exactly like how you are playing.
That's your individuality.
Yeah.
Because that's how you sound. And every sound sounds different. No two sounds sound the same.
So some sound system brethren have, like technical knowledge, in terms of audio. So some of them can actually build their own amplifiers and build what we call a preamp, and a preamp now is like a glorified mixer. But a preamp is something that you put your individual mark on your preamp.
Everything has got a part to play in your selection. Yes, it's got a part to play. The engineer has got a part to play, but the sound system is really the workhorse. Without the sound system, you're not going to get that feeling, that vibes what everyone's looking for,
The reason why sound system actually makes the music sound better is because it's like you're returning the music back in the studio, because you got all this equipment, to help you to sort of make the music sound good. And even back then, the people that were building the amplifiers became superstars. Our builder was a man called Mr. Harold Pittigue. And Harold became UK famous wide among sound system man as a amp builder. For building perhaps the most famous preamp, in the UK that we call it Magnum. It's Coxsone preamp. It was the first one that we had a gunshot in it. It was back in the 70s. Whoa, and Festus used to bust this gunshot on the Magnum, a little preamp about that big, not very big. And that's what actually carried Coxsone through our whole time from the 70s up until the middle 80s, that Magnum preamp. That was Coxsone itself. I mean, if we lost everything else and we had the preamp, we were okay. You know what I'm saying? The preamp always traveled in the car with us, in the front of the car or in the truck, yeah. That was the sound.
I'm Mark, some people call me Mostec. I build preamps for a lot of sound systems, UK, Europe, wherever basically. Well, I've been doing electronics since as long as I can remember, 5, 6, I had an interest. Got my first Audrey 9 at 12 and just progressed, but I always had an interest in music. So I always wanted to mix the two together, and that's how I got into building preamps. And I'd say around 2002, I started selling to other people. I don't know. I can't describe it. I can, even thinking back to a child, I can remember going to some parties and just seeing the look of the speakers and equipment on the stage. I didn't know anything, but just seeing it and hearing it, yeah, just something was born there. It's just like a seed was planted to learn more, get more involved. The sound, yeah, there's a sound you can get from preamps which I don't hear on a lot of commercial equipment. Or if I do hear it on commercial equipment, I've had to try really, really hard to get that effect. I feel with a preamp, certain types of playing or certain sounds that you want can come out a lot more easier, like a heavier rounder bass line, for example. One of the main things that will make preamp sounds different are the operators. Yeah, because you've got, for example, one of my ones, you have a lot of different ways of EQing that you can use in different combinations that each operator finds their own particular way. And the same preamp will sound different in different hands.
I'm at the top of sound and tuned in, you know. I build up the vibes. Check it out neatly. Rastafari vibes, you know. Rastafari soldier. Rastafari soldier. We are Rastafari soldier.
The sound system are the protectors of roots music. Without sound system, I think roots music will slowly fade. Because these people on the radios and the radio DJs, they're not for roots music. They're not playing roots music. They're playing what they think the public wants to hear, and that's dancehall and that's that type of thing. So to keep roots music alive, you need to keep sound system alive.
There is a lot of kind of music that is unheard, you know, on the mainstream market, you know. So there is some music that's hidden to the public until, you know, people start identifying, well, what kind of music is this? And you say to them, yeah, listen to the words, it's roots and it's different, and sometimes it's digital, sometimes it's with a live band, you know. So, you know what I mean, you know, the symbolization of just the music alone, you know what I mean, is showing that there are music hidden that people don't discover.
The next one, you're in your record shops right now as we speak, as of this week, you know. This one also, Rasnito. Listen. Send it the one you have to sister girl.
You turn on the radio in England, you go through that legal dial. How much reggae you hear? It's a joke. And you listen to the same station. It's a Radio 1. You listen to Radio 1 today, Friday. You turn it on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You listen again, they play the same shit every day, right? And yet we're paying license and taxes like everybody else. We can't get our tunes heard. The system is corrupted. Because you try to get a tune or artist on TV in England and see what you have to go through. The walls are so heavy that you wouldn't think it's 2008 where everything's supposed to be free and justice. Yet people talk about equality all the time and so so much channels. It's not even said it's one channel on the radio. Why we can't have our own channel to play music what we believe in, what we like?
The sound system. We are the only radio stations for reggae music because we have to import the music, we take it to the people, play the music, then the people can hear what we are playing, then they find themselves to the record stores, and that's how they get around to getting the records that are coming out. So we act as the radio stations.
It is a media, it's a form of media. And if it's saying something good, the people will hear something good. You understand? I mean, not only with records, we got them utter, which is very important, you know? I mean, some man can make a war if they want. If they say, come now, we're going to Buckingham Palace tomorrow, yeah. Everybody there and things go on. So it all depends what they portray in their music, in their act, you know, what they try to put across to the people. Very essential, very essential.
A true sound system is the man who goes out there with his full 100, you know? I mean, you have plenty DJs who just walk around with a boxer record, yeah? And he said, well then, listen, I'm a sound man, I'm a big sound man, and everyone is talking about this sound man with this boxer record and things like that. But no one have ever seen that DJ string up a sound. Him don't know how to put a wire together. Him don't know how to put a box together. Him don't know nothing about the sound system. So how you can be a sound man? It's impossible, you know? So you have DJs and you have sound, you know? You have sounds. You have true sound system entertainers.
But it's a sticky subject because it contradicts itself.
Yeah.
Because the way the time and the way England run or America run, you can't really find a place to carry a sound to play out regular.
That's right.
So for a DJ to say I'm gonna build a sound, we can't, half the time would be pointless because you got nowhere to play it. Because most of the places over here now, they won't let you carry their sound in the place. So you kind of have to use what they have. So it's not half the time is they don't want to carry a sound, but they got nowhere to play the sound. You know? But then if your heart is really true to your thing, you find a place to play your song. You understand? Because other man manage, so you know what I mean? So the thing's set.
Things in the UK are getting tighter and tighter. Laws and rules and regulations, you know, things like smoking ban, things like sound limit controls, and even festivals and stuff. It's all becoming more and more corporate and more controlled. And it can be quite difficult to get the chance to put a sound system in a club. The club owner will say, well, we've already got a really expensive rig, why do you want to bring yours in and stuff? So, you know, the sound system is a continual fight and struggle, but everybody, you know, needs to continue and play where you can play.
What to do with the venues over here? They knock them down. So there's less venues to play at, you know? You know, like Leeds. Yeah, like Leeds here, subbed up in Chapeltown. This is a good venue. The next venue is down at University of Dub, London. And there was a place in Bedford before, and there's this, that, the other, and Birmingham, but they build up and they close down. It's very, very, very rare to have a place like this, so give thanks we have this place just still. Bless, you know? So.
Energy that's generated in that space when a sound system plays is still very much based on having exclusive music to offer the crowd. You have to have things that they're familiar with and are to some extent commercial. You know, what we call warm-up music. But after a while, the people want to hear something different.
Yes, sir. So music will continue here. So right now we are going to run the first dub plate for the day, yes? Yeah, man. Special request to each and every right now. Service. Dub plate selection. Feel right in your direction. Channel 1 sound,
We need to do all that, but to get a sound, Jack Trinity, we have to have dub, you know? Because we played a sound called, what's the name? Youth Man from Manchester in 1982. And we didn't have no dub plates then. And they laughed at us and said, how come you don't have no dub plate? Every sound's supposed to have a dub plate. And they threw a dub plates over to us. They threw it, and all with them. Because to say, yes, you need dub plate to play. So every stage there, and we said, yes, Motown, we have to get dub plates, because we have to. Because we're going to play a lot of sound, and they all got dub, so we need dub.
You were the only time you would hear them dub places on the sound system. And if you come out if you have the right links, and then that's how you started to get dubs from Jamaica and things like that, and people who was going backward and forward, and you had people who come backward and forward from Jamaica and they give you master tapes, and that's how things started to come around. And then the dub plate them time was very important. Whatever, guys, just to let people know what was going on and maybe coming out on the street in a year, 2 years time.
It's like I'm supplying a lot of sounds with dubs now. So imagine now it's the same back in the day, where tubbies would concentrate on who's playing out the most, I would have thought, and supply them with dubs, because obviously they want to be advertised in England so that they can sell records. So certain sound systems would get access to the big studios in Jamaica.
The great King Tubby's, me and the great King Tubby's, we were good friends. You know, we worked together for quite a while. And King Jammies, Bunny Striker Lead, 90 Observer, you name me, Scratch Lee Perry, all the important guys who are in the industry. So we start dealing directly with the producers and the artists, and we start getting the songs them directly, not even as special, but as pre-recorded songs.
Pre-release.
Pre-releases. Like, I mean, there was quite a few songs when Channel One started out. Yeah, with Bonnie Tam Tam as engineer. I mean, one night we sat in there and we didn't realize that daylight, you know? And at the same time, they were laying the tracks like Very Well I'm Leaving and all them kind of sounds, right? And as soon as the engineer them finished, there me and Bonnie Tam Tam was to capture the dub and cut the dub straight there, you know, so we were the first sound ever to play songs like those.
Them days when man was playing dubs to go straight to man's head. You see, because it's not like today when, we are playing dubs and it's good and there, but them days, and then man was cutting dubs, really cutting dubs to go to a man's head.
In the old days, it was big. If you play a tune that a next man have, man will throw his away in the dance. You know what I mean? Because he's not playing that again. Now he'll say you have it. You know what I mean? And man used to have to sign off their sound. This was in a roots dance. You know, if you're not a good sound, take off your sound. I was at a dance one day and a song called Jungle Man. They walk over to the next sound and took their record off the deck. God, their sound rule. Their sound rule, you know what I mean? There was a militant sound, Jungle Man. But in today's day, probably because of times we are living in, the message is more unity and love in the dance, because what we see in the outside world, this is our little time and space to do what we want when we're in the arena, the dance arena. So it's our time to tell the people what we defend is the voice of Rasta, is the voice of the poor, is the voice of the ghetto people. So roots music, it don't really carry clash today, it carry more unity vibes, you know. You still might have little competition, man buy this amps and the next man I get better amps, and you know, man might get 2,000 watt amps, next man get 5,000 watt amps just to be better. But the clash thing now really work. To be out there, you just have to do the work good, you know, and perform it right, and you know, everything Irish still.
That's why we dwell together in peace and love. From dwelling on the Rastaman camp. From dwelling on the Rastaman camp. He'll do the right
is keeping the whole thing about Rastafari within the music as well. You know, because that is roots music. You know, that is what roots music is. That's where it comes from. It comes from the message. I found myself through roots music, through listening to Bob Marley, Burning Spear, Dennis Brown, and these people back in the day. That's how I found Rastafari. And Rastafari is the greatest thing in my life, because that's what guides me. And without the music, I wouldn't have had that. And without being involved in roots music, perhaps I wouldn't have continued my tradition in the way I had. You know, if I had veered off and probably gone into hip hop or soul, your influence would have probably gone somewhere else, you know, because you don't see Rastas doing anything else but roots music. That's the identity. So it's really important for the music to keep buzzing, you know, and it's really important for the vibes of Rastafari to be told in the music. Because you can get any other message in any other music going on. You know, play something else if you want to hear anything else. But, you know, for the meditation, you know, it has to be the roots.
Myself, like I said, I'm not a Rasta man, but there's a spiritual thing going off still, you know, and there's a teaching thing with the music and a learning thing and a message thing, you know, which I hope people will take in and kind of understand. You know, this is what it's about. It's not just about boof, 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 boof. There's more to it, you know. We don't come from just that, you know what I mean? We come from a time where it's about the music and its message. Learn your history, learn this, you know, it's an education thing. So I feel that personally as well, you know. It's like we have to be on a little kind of mission. We're not sort of like having to grab people by the scruff of their necks and say, you've got to listen to this and take it in or get out of my dance, you know what I mean? But it's just like, listen to it, you know what I mean? And see how you feel about, you know, what these guys are singing about. Because even if it's about Jah and Rastafari, doesn't necessarily mean you have to start locks up, you know, and start going, yes, Rasta, Jah, blah, 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 you know. But you can be a spiritual person and deal with love and unity and honesty and good vibes and, you know, that kind of stuff there. So that's what we hope people will get out of it. Yeah.
I've always said it's the half that's never been told. For me, that's what reggae is. You know, if you're a person who studies history and you want to know more about your roots and know more about yourself and know about other people too, you know what I mean? Reggae music teaches you a lot. It's actually a tradition, it's a history, it's a culture from coming from date back to Africa to the Caribbean, and now it's gone worldwide. So I just see reggae music as universal now. It's because of the message. The message is vital.
A lot of people who go to roots dance, whether they be Rasta or not, whether they went with the intention of getting rid of a burden or not, they have heard them make comment to me like, boy, you know what, Simba, I feel different. Coming out of that sound, I feel like all my problems have gone. My shoulders feel light, like I was carrying something and it's gone, you know.
To some people, going to a club is just going, I don't know, you know? But to other people, a dance hall is almost like a church or a temple. Because from ancient times, man gathered together, play drums, do you know what I'm saying? And give thanks or whatever. This is what works. When your music is played on a sound system, it's like coming from the pulpit. The sound system is like the pulpit. And the man playing the sound is like the priest. Yeah.
Reggae music to me is like a church, but it's Rasta, you know? And I get my vibes from the music and just the vibes of the music, because it's a very deep, conscious music, reggae music, roots music, and I feel very spiritual, and I move in the way the spirit want me to move. That's why I jump and skank and, you know, how this spirit want me to move, I move. And it's very deep, I'm very serious in my music, roots music, very deep. Inspire the youth to come up now in roots music, 17, 16, and there's a lot of gun shooting and war and, you know, too much killings is happening. And so I want to inspire the youth to come up in reggae music and see the lights and say reggae music is good and, you know, keep off the streets and too much, you know, just keep playing reggae music.
Growing up in the Rewa studio, so like listening from a youngster, the vibe was always there. I started feeling the vibe for the root stuff, and yeah, I guess around 96, 97 I started producing.
Like both of us, we come from parents who've been in the industry for nearly 40, 30 years. So it runs through our blood as babies to listening to records just in our mother's wombs around music and so forth. It was just natural progression, I think, at the end of the day, from birth till now. So yeah, it was evolution.
That's the problem with the UK, man. It's like they don't really take the roots scene or the reggae scene generally seriously.
It's frowned upon.
It's like they will more follow the hip hop act, or they more follow the R&B act, and the Beyonce singing whatever. But it's like reggae. Nah,
that's like my dad's music. Yeah.
Obviously, seeing my dad from when I was younger, he was a young man, but now he's getting old, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, who's gonna be left? Who's gonna be left? Like, I can't see no youths coming up, man. I really can't. Like, apart from Young Warrior here, I can't see no youths serious in this dub thing coming up. So when all the legends go, which Shaka and Mad Professor now are, legendary status, who's gonna be left, man?
father's work was serious work. They didn't just take up this thing and thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna just start a studio one day and yeah, to see what happens. It wasn't in that vein. They never started like that. So we, as coming into the music and actually loving the music, we have to take on the same kind of superior heading and be militant in what we're doing, because we're not just carrying a record, we're carrying years and years and years of work, but that was done before us. To, you know, that's what that's the weight on our shoulders. There's no choice. There's no other way. I'm responsible for my father's empire. Huge. But I respect and I honor that I have that responsibility, because not many, I'd say it's not a burden. It's not nothing negative in my eyes. I think it's totally positive, and I'm lucky enough to be born into this family, because, boy, I was lucky boy to say that. Seriously, certain man don't get the chances that we get, or to be around certain situations or certain things that we get. So we have to appreciate that and actually realise that it's a serious thing we're in.
It sounds like a tough mission, innit?
Yeah, it's a tough mission, but yeah, weight is on us, but we're doing well, man.
Sure.
We're doing well.
In a lot of the dances in the 70s, it was a very strong black identity as well, you know? And within the community, whether you're from Jamaica, whether you're from Antigua or what, the theme was like to free yourself from the oppression, which dictated that some people were getting a better way through life than others. And this equality, you know? The same thing that caused Bob Marley to say that until the color of a man's skin is no difference from the color of his eyes. Those are the things. So the song system was really the theme for like liberation and positive vibration and equality.
Politician them don't give a damn gone. Politician them don't give a damn. But this is something I'm a learn from education. They cannot find a true baby. Politician when they find a million, so they let nuclear bomber. America and England, them is the same gang. I saw them try to get up by the Soviet Union. A couple years ago in a Vietnam, said the state under the
I used to love sound systems, and not only that, in them days everybody had a sound system. All the teenagers, their brother would have a sound system, and they're playing their house. You know what I mean? House everywhere. In the 70s and through the late 70s to the early 80s, reggae was a big thing in England. Got a sound system Monday night or Wednesday night, Tuesday night. Every night you could find a sound system if you wanted to listen to reggae music, because it was very, very popular. All the young black people was into reggae big time. Even at my school, they had melodica. Some kids in the class bring melodica to school and play in the playground, like playing Pablo tunes. You know, because that end times, that was the music. You know what I mean? That was everyone listened to that.
In fact, let's talk about them days. If you talk about sound system them days, right? Every sound, every town. Derby, even Derby. Manchester.
Everywhere.
Northampton. Peterborough. Every virtual city had a sound system. Or had several sound systems. I can tell you in Chapeltown here now, Leeds already now, every street used to have a sound system. That's how it was. Street is a verse street in sound system. You know what I mean? So obviously in London, same way I reckon, you know what I mean, that had certain streets or cities had lots of sounds. There was more sounds them days than this day. Because them days it was more easier and managed to build sound because it was an in thing. You know what I mean? It was an in thing. It was rough. It was like a Jamaica really to it way back in the days. Yeah, but it was sound.
Man, they used to make their own kind of boxes. And then somebody used to make some different designs, you know what I mean?
Man used to carve boxes them days. Yeah. You see the grill? You buy a grill nowadays. Man used to carve a grill. Make grill out of chisel and hammer. Yeah. Some pretty box them days, man. Pretty. Quad box.
Sometimes you see some sound with some ugly box.
Oh, yeah.
Broke down. Hey, but he used to rip down the place. Yeah, you see some bass lines, some of them.
You see some songs sometime back in the days there, right? You see the front, yeah? See the front there, sir? And you go back and no back on it. Yes, so, no back on the box, trust me. And some oblong, some square, some oval, some round box. This man, some odd looking stuff used to go on them days there. Trust me.
The first set of boxes was just like a square with cutouts. Full face, you'd have a wardrobe with 4 speakers in it. If you listen to the ratio of it now, because them times you're talking about something like 50 watts, 60 watt speakers. Now you're talking about 1,000, 1,200 watt speakers, you know? Before, as I said before, the boxes was a square. Now there's a lot of intricate designing where the sound moves bigger, faster, whatever. You know, you can use so much design to get so much different sounds. It's unbelievable. And there's still so much what I don't even know about also, you know? So sound has gone advanced with the wattage, the amplifications, the speakers. Everything is much more technical now than in the 70s. In the 70s, you had a valve amplifier where you just plug in with your bulging plug, big fat plugs, and your bass out of that amp and your tops out of that amp, you know? That was it. That was it. Sound is much more advanced now than what it was when I was a youngster growing up, you know? how I build stuff, I use the old with the new. You understand? Because if you're coming from somewhere, you must know where you're going with it. You know, I used to build smaller stuff, what sounds as good as bigger stuff. So, you know, it depends on what the customer wants, what they want to hear, and what sort of sound you want to reproduce. Yeah. You just move the boards them around to do whatever you want to do. There's nothing to me can take away when you get a bit of wood and put it on the machine and cut it and just hear it play after. You know you've created something, you know. There's nothing to me what I enjoy more than making a speaker box and actually listening to it play. There's nothing else, nothing at all. Not even a woman.
The way Notting Hill today is within my corner now, it's been regrown, and you get different nationalities now coming in to wear the music of Rastafari.
Dub and roots, UK roots music has attracted a wide, diverse audience now. Back in the day, it was strictly black people. It was a black thing. You know what I mean? There were a few occasional white brothers there, but it was dominantly a black-oriented thing, you know what I mean? You know, the people that come to dances now, I mean, you go to sessions now, it's multiracial. You know, everyone's there from, you know, whether you're Swedish, Spanish, everyone's there. So, and I'm looking at that as a good thing because, you know, now it's not a black thing anymore. It's a worldwide thing now.
Yeah. Rasta message spreading universal, international.
Reggae music is big all over, and it's getting, you know, I'm glad it's getting bigger. That's how I want it.
I think it saved all the people in England. It made them be able to sell their records more and help them press more records, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I think if you have to rely on England, you'd finish. You could not exist because in England, people don't like reggae no more. It's kaput, apart from maybe Bashment. You know what I mean? Reggae really is not very big. It's more, the youngsters don't like it. They like more hip hop and garage and whatever, you know? But in Europe, different. They love reggae, I don't know why. I'm glad they do though, you know what I
We're not really an English sound, we're a European sound. You know, I want to emphasize that a sound system is a product of, well, a reflection of the environment in which they're living in, yeah? So if we was living in England, we would be an English sound, but we're living in Europe, you know what I mean? It's in our veins, bless. You know, we live and love sound system, you know. It's not like a hobby we pick up at weekends and things, you know. We live it and love it, you know. We're not building boxes, it's traveling on the road, going somewhere to set up the box to play, you know. There's a complete liberty we are dealing with, you know.
Promoting the music all the time.
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
You can see this thing is slowly becoming, well, it's fastly becoming a worldwide thing now. You know, and all we can do is take the positives from it and guide it in a direction where it covers the whole globe, man. And that's what we need to understand. Yeah.
The Palladium one out to the tree, Metropolitan Police officers. Yes? Special request to you.
You don't know reggae music live on, and this Rasta message carries on and it won't stop, you know what I mean? So it's all a vehicle. It's all a vehicle, and it's a journey, it's a road, and the music is carrying you. And there's a beauty in it, you know, to be a part of it still.
Guidance and attention in the name of the King.